Today I'm reacting to Frieren episode 19. The next 3 episodes and full reaction are on Patreon. This is my first time being able to film in almost 3 weeks due to health issues. I have been dying to watch Frieren. Oh, that was a very short opening. I mean, I know it was just going back over the exposition, but still, a little bit short. So don't expect to hear this OP music in any of my reactions because it is insane for YouTube's copyright system for being caught for copyright. But rest assured, I am very much a fan of the OP music itself, and I'm a fan of you guys for being so kind to me when I couldn't upload a video last week. I really appreciate that. An elaborate plan. Okay, are we going to be catching our bird? What's going to happen? Frieren is by the fire. What's going to happen? Yeah, I love that bit of the storyline, honestly. Is this our boy Stark? Oh, okay. Aizen tends to be scared quite a lot, doesn't he? Mm.
他の冒険者を真似て鼓舞するつもりだったんだがすまない。うまくいかなかったみたいだ。いや、おかげで緊張がほぐれた。ヒンメル、自然体でいいですよ。
Very much still to this day getting Himmel as the voice of reason running through episode to episode, storyline to storyline. Oh, okay, right, we're getting Fern's group. They caught it already. Okay, so what's our storyline going to be giving us? Also, I wonder what was Yubel like as part of the team. Yeah, okay, well that's her answer, isn't it? She's dying for fighting. I'm so used to the music stings now. I love her costume, I said that before. What are they going to do? Is it? Oh, okay. It's actually harder than I thought. Oh, and was Fern and Yubel and the other guy, were they able to detect it? Yes, that's actually something I didn't consider, the fact that the other examinees are going to be capturing them at the same time. Is it, yeah, the one that she used to wrap around the big bird from the last episode, I wonder? Yeah, knew it. It's what she used to capture that big bird. And I love the fact that she sold that she herself knows, like, the history of magic as well. Yes, the season needs padding. Yeah, I wonder though, is there any spells that can like quicken them up, essentially? Like slow down time or something? Interesting. I love this pullback shot. Oh, are we gonna get this whole action sequence happen during a rainfall, I wonder? That would look really nice. I'm quite enjoying the pacing of this episode so far. I'm just really surprised we skipped the entire test sequence for Fern and Yubel. But I presume that that in and of itself is building towards its own combat sequence. That took me by surprise. That did give me a little bit of a fright. Okay, are we going to a B story now with Yubel? Yeah.
魔法使いなら堂々と戦わないと。その前に水の補充だな。確か中央に湖。
Oh, and if the A story happens at a lake as well, is that going to be the two of them going against each other?
これってさ、道だと思っていたけれども、枯れた。
I love her outfit as well. It's so cute. I'm loving the costume design in this show.
塵すら通さない。
I know I already mentioned the costume in the previous episode, but I do really like them.
水も通さないんですか。水のほとんどは盆地の真ん中にある湖に集まっていますね。私たち受験者も生き物ですから、活動するのにはある程度水が必要です。同じ生き物であるシテレはそうはいかない。なるほど。
But if they already have a steal done, what's exactly going on?
湖の周りに張り込んでいるわけか。もう水は諦めなさい。
さすがにそれはきついって。すでに喉カラカラなんだけど。
Oh, who's this person in the foreground? It took me a slight second to notice. Okay, let's go. Here's our combat sequence. To steal the steel. Oh, yes, we saw him in the cold open. And I believe he's in the OP as well. Sharf. Hello, Sharf. Eira. Eira. I'm just reading the katakana. Okay, the music's swelling. Let's get some fighting going on. What's this now? Oh! Oh, I thought it was from one of them. Okay, we are getting the A story brought this quickly. Fascinating. Bit of a peculiar reference, but that actually reminded me a little bit of Uzumaki by Junji Ito that takes place on a lake as well. So is this as a distraction method for the other examinees, I wonder? Denken.
これほど派手に魔法を使われたら、指定はもうこの湖には近づかない。これだけ暴れたということは、指定を捕獲する算段があると。
Yeah, that's such a really, really interesting plot point that I was thinking in my head earlier of using this as a means to an end of just bringing everyone together. This is such a good follow-up episode to the previous one. I love it. Oh, this music coming in as well. I'm not sure how much of it I can keep in the edit, but really, really great stuff now that we're in the second part of Season 1. And I'm curious as well to see what Fern's conflict of interest is going to be. I'm just so curious though, like, what is Frieren's like master plan behind all this? Again, forgive me if I am being slow. I'm just trying to find out exactly what's going to happen here. You have to take it as both a good thing and a bad thing that for me as a reactor, I'm so caught up in the moment that I find it hard to predict what's happening 5 minutes from now. Mo shinderu. Oh yes, of course, sure, they were in the previous episode, of course. Oh, I just love all these new characters being brought in as well for the exposition. It's fantastic. It's honestly a little bit of a break from all the exposition coming from flashbacks. This is so interesting, just the amount of time we're spending with these characters. He's such a wise character so far. I really hope he sticks around, like so much of this is fascinating. Okay, so here's a pond, or a stream, possibly. This is such an interesting part of the storyline, genuinely.
魔力を隠して潜伏しているな。
ここもだな。 今まで見てきた水場全部だ。わずかだが水に魔力が込められている。
Is it so that all of it can be brought up at the same time? Or is it to do with the steel?
だが、シュティレなら
Yeah, so it is for the steel. Okay, I got that bit
この
correct.
水場にはもう近づかないだろう。
こんなことして何が
Oh, of course, to
どこかに魔力
to
を込めて
bring
い
it
ない水場がある
directly to where Frieren and the girls
その
want the
近
steel
く
to
に第
be.
二パーティーは
Yeah.
必ずいる。本気で潜伏する魔法使いを見つけられるわけなかろう。待つぞ。どうせ奴らは居場所を教えてくれる。
行けや泉に手当たり次第に魔力を込めてきたよ。じゃあ私
So this is essentially fishing now. But what is happening with Yubel and Frieren, though? I'm still so curious. Are we going to be waiting like another episode to get that plot
マ
point?
ジかよ。私たちは見張りだな。雨さえ降れば戦力になれるんだけどね。全部結界に弾かれちまうもんな。
Could she use her mana to break through the barrier, or would that be cheating? Hello. You big animal. I'm really fascinated by the pacing of this episode. God, just look at this shot. This is such a beautiful show. I'm so glad that I started reacting to Frieren. Haha. Okay, girls, time to do your thing. Is there going to be a reveal? Oh no, she got it. Oh.
いや、
見つけた。
早くここから。
ジュベラード。
Oh wow. All this happening as well. Just, I know I'm always bringing it up, but the way the pacing of the production is able to bring these highs and lows with the tempo is just so unbelievable.
私のおじいちゃんと戦っているみたい。あなたの師匠の方針なのね。この時代の魔法使いならそれだけで十分だ。
That's so cool to see. Oh my god, I'm in love with this episode. This is genuinely like one of my favorite episodes I've seen in a while, and it's not just because I've had a bit of a break from Frieren. I love this.
まあただ、なんだろうね、この違和感は。そんな戦い方、ビアベルが相手だったら今頃は死んでいたわよ。それはおかしいです。この中で一番強いのはあなたですよね。
Is he fighting Yubel? Yes, got it.
ビアベルは魔王軍の残党と戦ってきた。あいつが使うのは品性なまるでない。勝つための卑怯な魔法。今ビアベルと
I love my subtitles, by the way. I'm not sure if the official ones would say unscrupulous.
そうですか。
Won't be able to include the music for copyright, but this ED is fantastic, especially with the little vocal embellishments going on in the background. Okay, so before I get into anything else, I need to address really quickly the scene with Denken when they're walking through the trees, rather. I know that I was talking quite a bit over the exposition, and I was able to retain the vast majority of the stuff that was there. Before shooting this review, I did rewatch that scene because this is just kind of the nature of the game when you have a reaction channel, in particular for someone like me who does want to be able to just spill all my thoughts out there unfiltered. As I'm watching, there will from time to time be a disparity between how much I'm able to say versus how much I'm able to actually like retain at the same time. You know, in kind of when I first started the series, I held back a lot more on my thoughts. A lot of the time I was thinking of the edit, as a lot of you will know. But then there was other times where I just held back in general because, like, well, I want to make sure that I'm absorbing every single bit of the show as best as I can. And you know, I'm still kind of working out that balance here and there. You know, I could maybe try the next episode consciously trying to talk a little bit less, just to try to maybe focus on the exposition, that kind of thing. I think what kind of happens is with a show like Frieren, it's a little bit unpredictable, as I mentioned with regards to the pacing of the tempo, or rather the tempo of the pacing, in that you're yo-yoing back between the action set pieces and the exposition scenes. So to you, the viewer, it may seem a little it may seem quite straightforward of like, okay, this is an exposition scene, just shut up, absorb it, and then tell us your thoughts after. It's very easy to say that. It's easy for me to say it even when I'm in the editing room looking at all the footage. But when you're in the moment, you know, these thoughts just kind of come and come and come. So there will be times if I feel like I wasn't getting absolutely 100% of what's being conveyed, I will rewatch it. I know that for you guys that might be a little bit annoying, because it's like, well, you could just pay attention fully the first time around. But believe me, that's what has been going in my head for like the first 15 to 16 episodes of this show. And what ends up happening is I end up holding back a lot more than I usually would. So the trade-off is that in order for me, I'm just going with my gut to do what is going to make me feel like I'm the most engaged and immersed in the show itself. And a lot of that is going to be just speaking my thoughts as they come. So that's just the approach I'm going to take. So all that being said, for the exposition scene we were getting there with Denken and the other two going through the woods, I am going to focus on that because I think that serves as a good reflection of what I was getting at with the second half of the episode when I was talking about how happy I was to see these perspectives on the mages. You know, he makes this whole speech about how, you know, being disenfranchised with the idea that a mage is to be viewed by caliber, and leading that into this whole conversation of that authority that's led by fear doesn't truly last. That how he's noticed mages far more powerful than him, how they end up becoming oppressed due to them not being able to connect to the common man. And of course we see how that juxtaposes immediately with the character of Himmel, right? That he was by no means the most powerful mage in the world, but he has been the most important mage in recent times because of his ability to connect with people. In a much more well, so first of all, for Denken as a character, I think he's really, really interesting in that regard. This person who, by all means, we can imagine is very wise and very skilled, but is quite detached from a traditional view of how important those things are, because he's seeing kind of what lies underneath all that, what lies past all that with regards to how mages should be viewed. So what I was getting at a second ago was this overall view of mages themselves within the world of the show Frieren, and how they view things. Oh my god, I loved that dialogue scene between the girl who was fighting Fern and her saying, like, this type of magic you're using, this is very, very old-fashioned. Like doesn't that just say so much about like the lore of this kind of, like, it makes you feel like this is a tangible world. All these like little things, they all add up. It's so much more than this being the sum of its parts. It's more that like this is the world building for the story to take place. The world building is the story. I love when the show is able to strike that balance, and I suppose maybe a more accurate way of putting it is that the world building and lore, they're not just there as scaffolding to hold up the plot. They are their own tangible elements of the story itself. And I know that that's not exactly something new, but with a show like Frieren, you're going to be reminded of something like that every so often, that I just absolutely love. I hope it wasn't too frustrating watching me trying to like work out in real time what I'm sure you, the viewers, were able to get right. I mean, obviously, I knew it was going to have something to do with bringing in the other examinees as a means to an end of capturing the bird, but I still found it hard just to wait, so what's the final step? And of course, the final step is once the other pools have been infected with mana, then just by process of elimination, the steel can only come to this one pool in order for the girls to capture it. So, like I said, yeah, it was interesting that we didn't see the setup of Fern and Ubel capturing their own steel. We did get some interesting conversation between them and Land, I think, is the boy's character name, who got the cut across the cheek, and the silver-haired guy with the big like teeth as well. I really liked seeing him as well. And overall, first of all, I just got to say I love being back to shooting Frieren. When I'm shooting in the time between when I shoot these and then you see them, I used to be a couple of episodes ahead, which I had to do. Health-wise, unfortunately, things have just been getting worse and worse with regards to tendonitis. I was giving, this is moving away from Frieren, and just to talk about me for a sec, I was given new medication to help with the tendonitis, and it gave me a bowel infection that lasted about 5 days, which is the reason why I had to take a break from uploading for a week. And you guys were so kind. As I've said many a time before, it is a pity that the viewership has gone down to now I'm only getting about 10% of the views I used to when I first started reacting to the series, if even. But for the fans of you who have stuck around with me, just thank you so much. I'm so extremely grateful for you sticking around. And I mean, yeah, I want to get better as soon as I can. I'm doing everything I can with regards to physio and doctors and blood tests and everything else, because I want this to be my career. But moving back to the episode, have I anything in particular to address? I think, as I mentioned in the previous episode, just from the little bit that I'd seen, I only got about 25 episodes at the most into Hunter x Hunter. I stopped right before, like only 1 or 2 episodes before, what I believe is called the Chimera arc, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But I love how there was like these elaborate rules that allow you to see how these characters interact with one another. I think it's so great that because we understand Frieren and Fern so well, that it allows us to not only view these new characters through their eyes, but actually more importantly as a juxtaposition to them. For instance, we have this character like Denken, who is, you know, he's old and experienced in the same way Frieren is, but he's also clearly has this very different views on mages specifically. Every single viewpoint is so interesting in that regard. So the main thing I'm trying to get with regards to mages is that I keep focusing in on it and going back to world building because, well, that is the world. When your world is, I mean, in the same way you could say that so much of this world and our real life world here on Earth, where we're not animated, is like defined by knowledge and defined by science and our interaction with that as human beings, whether we're aware of it or not. That's the same with magic in this world. So it's very much like it's the like asking characters in this world about magic. It's like asking a fish its perspective on water. Like that's all it can ever be living with it. So to get these differing viewpoints with regards to the importance of a mage, the importance of strength, the importance of authority, and of course bringing all the way back to Himmel again and again, the importance of lineage, the importance of being remembered and who we are within this world of magic, is a really strong, I suppose you could call it, no, I was going to say it's like a runner for the show. It's not really a runner for the show, more so the Himmel flashbacks are that, alongside Himmel being an overarching theme. But this in and of itself, with regards to who mages are and how they interact with the world, is a really great, well, it's more than great. It's just, factually, it is one of the undeniable catalysts of this show. It's just like one of the main cogs in the machine that's kind of keeping us rolling and rolling and rolling along. Other than that, just to talk about the show generally this week, Great production. Love the music coming in, especially like I said, because we're into the second season now. We're getting a few more. We're getting a few more musical pieces being brought in, but of course we have the familiar music stings that I I noticed it like literally within the first half second. And I suppose because I edit these reactions, I noticed the music even more because I'm always like listening for audio cues for when to make the cuts and whatnot. But I believe it's it's a woodwind instrument. Is it a panpipe, or it could be like a synthesizer or a computer emulating a panpipe doing the do 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 when we're getting an exposition scene. I'm so used to hearing it. I'm so used to hearing it, and now I'm laughing, thinking of like, imagine you're having a conversation in real life and someone just plays that music. Now I'm thinking that if you were doing your own D&D session, you could have a soundboard of like all the musical stings from an episode of Frieren, and it would work really, really effectively. I think I'm going to leave the review there. Oh, I cannot tell you how much I've been waiting to get back to Frieren. I've just unfortunately been so sick, and I know you guys are probably sick of hearing how sick I am, but this is about as of right now, the day I'm recording this, I'm roughly about 3.5 months into tendonitis, and there's just very little I can do in day-to-day life. I still have my family editing for me. Very little I can do with my upper body at all. But I'm doing the best I can because this is what I love doing. And I am truly, truly loving this show. And I've said it many times before, I'm just so grateful to each and every one of you who comment in the comments, like the loyal group of guys. I don't know how. I know there's definitely at least one girl, but obviously it's also your own business, your gender and what you identify as. I just mean guys is obviously a gender neutral term on the internet. I'm just also aware of my YouTube analytics where it tells me like the high percentage of males who watch the reaction channel. But be that as it may, ladies and gentlemen and everyone in between, thank you so much for all your support of me and this channel. I love reading your comments. I love the enthusiasm. Some of you have very interesting backgrounds as well, which I love. I just can't get enough of this show. I really, really can't. I don't want to kind of repeat myself too much and go over kind of repeated viewpoints that I've done in previous reviews. So I'm going to leave it there. If I forgot to mention anything as well, please say so in the comments, because I don't want just this review to be the end of the discussion. I do still use speech to text to respond when I can to people in the comments. So if there's anything you think I missed out on, if there's anything you think that you're surprised I didn't mention, or anything like that, please let me know. I'd love to hear what you think about this episode, and thank you so much for keeping things spoiler-free as well. Now that we're, kind of approaching the 20 episode mark, there's a lot more you guys are able to say with regards to, hey, how do you think of this thing that happened here? How it compares to what happened in episode 4? Isn't that crazy? Like, those are the type of conversations I can have now, and I'm really grateful for it. But be that as it may, I'm going to leave it there. Just once more, thank you so much. I'm parasocially very fond of all you guys. Well, it's more than parasocial, right? When you're talking to the same people on a weekly basis, it is essentially social. I think a lot of what we classify as parasocial, I think, can be overused a little bit more. I think it just depends on the community and the person involved, right? But as much as it sucks that I just don't have the financial freedom to hire an editor, which would make things so much easier if I actually had an editor. I'm not in that position yet with the channel's popularity, but I just want to genuinely say, like, from the bottom of my heart, the small fan base that I do have right now, I wouldn't swap you guys out. I'm so grateful for all the information you give me, the enthusiasm you give me, the grace you've given me for an already very deliberate upload pace for a YouTube channel. You guys are fucking great. I'm really so grateful to have fans like you, and it's not lost on me that For as much as that's to do with the strength of the anime itself, it's also because you guys seem to get something out of me and what it is that I'm saying and what I am doing here, which is pretty much just the best compliment I can have. The fact that I'm looking at you guys with so much admiration and knowing that the common denominator is you're specifically looking at me is, yeah, that's as good as it gets as far as compliments go. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm really, really looking forward to watching the next episode. Can't believe we're now in the 20s with regards to the episode number, and yeah, that's it. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thanks for watching.